Okay, so we're going to do part 1, simplifying expressions, video notes. So what are like terms? Like terms share the same variable and the same power. Another word for power is exponent. So as you can see here, 4x squared. So here's an x squared and here's an x squared. This is like the number 1. So 4 plus 1 gets me the 5x squareds right here. Then I have a positive 3x, a positive 7 gets me a positive 10xy. And then this little x all by itself just gets brought down because there's nothing else to compare with. So let's try our next one. We're going to find all the things that have the same. So right here I see an x squared. I don't see any other x squareds. So we're just going to bring it down. Then I notice that there are some x's. So this is a minus 2x and a minus 7. So if I use my calculator, we're going to do -2 minus 7 in our calculators, and we get minus 9x. Now, if you also notice, we have some just plain numbers here. So positive 5 plus 3, minus 3. 5 minus 3 is 2, but it's positive, so I put a plus. Now, we always want to have from the highest exponent down to the lowest exponent. So see how this is an exponent of 2? This is really an exponent of 1, you just can't see it, and then there's no variable at all. So this is the order we would try to put it in each and every time. Let's try our next one. So I see that there are parentheses here, so that means I'm going to distribute this -5. So I'm going to take -5 and I'm going to multiply it by 3. -5 times 3 is -15x squared. Then I take the -5 and I multiply it by -2, and it's a negative because of the minus sign in front of the 2. So negative times negative is positive. 5 times 2 is 10. Now if you notice, this part over here, the -8x plus x squared, is not inside the parentheses, so I will stop distributing and I'm just going to bring down what I have not used. Now I'm going to look for like terms because there's no other operations I need to do. So I have a -15x plus x squared, and we have to remember that x squared is really 1. So -15 plus 1, remember you could always take your calculator and set it. Of course my calculator's stuck in a funky function. That's okay, we don't need it. So we get -14x squared. Now I see that here is just a single x by itself. There is no x with the 10, so I'm just going to bring it down. And then finally, we have the plus 10, so I bring it down, plus 10. There's no other numbers to combine with. Once again, we're in standard form with the highest exponent down to the lowest. So we have 2, 1, no x's at all. Okay, next we're going to distribute. So this times this. So 2 times 3 is 6, then it's x, y. X always goes in front of y because of alphabetical order. We will not do 3yx. That is not going to happen because it's not in alphabetical order, and that's not correct. Then I'm going to take 3x and I'm going to multiply it by 1. 3 times 1 is a positive 3 with an x after it. I'm going to distribute this 4y in. 4 times 2 is a positive 8. Y times x, remember, we do not write 8yx because it's not in alphabetical order. We do it 8xy. 4y times 6, 4 times 6 is 24. Leave the y. Now we look for like terms. So I notice that I have 6xy plus 8xy. So 6 plus 8 is 14xy. Then I just have the 3x all by itself, so I'm going to bring it down, plus 3x. And then I also see the plus 24y all by itself, no other y's, bring it down. This is your final answer. Now this one is a little bit harder with standard form because I don't have any exponents, so this one could actually be written in any order you wanted it to be. All right, finally, we have a 3. We're going to multiply it by 4x. 3 times 4 is 12. Don't forget to keep the x. 3 times -3 is -9. Now, with this little minus sign right here with the parentheses, What that really means is there's a 1 in front of that parentheses, and I have to distribute the negative 1 to everything inside of the set of parentheses. So I have negative 1 times 5, which is negative 5. Then I have negative 1 times negative 2, because remember the sign in front tells you whether it's positive or negative. Negative and negative is positive, 2x. Now we combine our same terms, same variable, same exponent. So 12x plus 2x, 12 plus 2 is 14, leave the x. Then I got negative 4 plus 5, negative 9 minus 5, I'm just making up things right now. Negative 9 minus 5 is negative 14, and you are done.